Hey there, it's LB. How you doing today? All right, so today I want to share with you something really important. Most people, they go out there thinking that they have to work like a crazy person, or they have to work their butt off to succeed in life. And I want to share with you that I believe that this is completely the wrong idea of how to achieve your dreams. I want to share with you how to start beginning to think and achieve your goals and achieve your dreams, kind of like Think and Grow Rich. I'm taking a couple things from Think and Grow Rich, and that's an awesome book, by the way. But what I want to do with you, I want to share with you one of the principles that Think and Grow Rich talks about, which is using your imagination, and that's using your mind, right? And the book Think and Grow Rich is amazing. If you think about that, think and grow rich. It doesn't say work hard and get rich, right? It says think and grow rich. So I want to show you how to start thinking better, right? And start achieving your dreams and your goals by your thoughts. And now, of course, it's not going to be only your thoughts, but your thoughts, they're like the workshop where it all begins, right? And I want to encourage you to think of your mind, your brain, like you're growing, okay, almost like a plant. Okay, now the first thing I want to share with you is, what do you want to achieve in the first place? All right, what amazing thing do you want to achieve? I want you to think outside the box. Don't think inside the box, because anybody can think inside the box. So I want you to think, what would make me really happy? What would really make me smile? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? These are the kind of thoughts I want you to start thinking, to think outside the box. Okay, once you have got some understanding of amazing thing you want to achieve, would you want to be able to work all over the world, be able to take your business with you, be able to work on the beach, work from your hotel room, travel throughout the week, different places, and be able to share your business as you go, and not have to clock in and clock out, and not have to be back to work on Monday morning? These are the things that motivated me, that totally changed my life. And I want to encourage you that you can achieve these things. So many people have done it, have been able to do some amazing things because of this connection with very successful people. And I want to share with you some of the things that have changed my life and helped me to be able to achieve some of my goals. Okay, the first is, I want you to remember that verse in the Bible that says, "Let there be light," and there was light. And that's Genesis. I think that's Genesis 1:3, something like that. There's another verse that says that God created us in His image, and I believe that's Genesis 1:27. And think about that for a second. God created everything through the words of His mouth. You may think, well, that doesn't make sense, but actually think about it this way. Every single thing that you see, the cars outside, the homes, all the different things, all the different gadgets that we have, all the cool things that man has created, they were all created right here before they were ever made. Okay? And so the power of your words, the power of your thoughts is intense. It's so amazing. So I want you to think about that. God created with His mind and His words. And God created us to be just like God, because He's created us with an amazing imagination, not just to daydream and not just to, dream at night, but basically to be able to create, to imagine what we can't see. Disneyland was just a thought before it became a reality in Walt Disney's mind. All right, and there's so many instances of this out there that all you have to do is walk down the street and you'll see something that was a case of that was in someone's mind. That amazing thing was in someone's mind before it ever materialized, right? Before someone ever built it. And I want to encourage you that your imagination can see what is not seen, right? It can put together things that are not there in real life. All right. Think about this verse in the Bible. It says, I think it's Hebrews 11:1. It says, "The substance of faith is the substance of things not seen." Right. So faith believes and I'm not talking about, a blind faith. I'm talking about faith in things that make sense, right? When you look at the trees and you look at the sky and you look at your hands, you look at your thumb, to me, I don't see that as being something that just happened by chance, right? It makes no sense at all to me. I see the trees as being amazing, the flowers, the animals, unbelievable. Your belief, I just want to share with you, your beliefs need to be almost like a table. You have to have legs, right? So the table is kind of like the belief, but stands on the legs. The legs are the actual facts of what the belief stands on, okay? And so whatever you believe, your belief rests on those legs, all right? Those facts, whatever they are, okay? And that's how you create a belief. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about faith. When I'm talking about that faith is the substance of things not seen, right? So faith and imagination are similar because faith allows you to see what is not there, and so does imagination. It allows you to see what is not there. And so when Jesus said, when you pray, believe that you have received it, what do you think he meant by that? Do you think he just meant just believe it? Or do you think he meant to see it in your imagination and realize that that God can achieve that for you? Faith is actual belief that God is going to do what he says. Okay? Here's another thing I want you to think about. God has created you to be a creator, just like he is a creator. It's maybe not as amazing as what God has created, but he still allowed us to be creators and to create within what God has given us. And so when you're still, when you're quiet and you're relaxed and your mind is open, you can create some amazing things in your imagination. You can start to put together the dots, almost like a constellation. Hey, you can start putting those dots together and making amazing things come about inside your mind. And once those dots have connected, you might have a really good idea that can be achieved. Okay? Now, I want you to remember that God can be part of the process with you. All right? It says, believe that you have received it. If you say to this mountain, be picked up and moved into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. Now, that verse, I think that's Mark 11:23, something like that, 11:23 and 24, something like that. But that verse means that you are in faith, recognizing that God can help you to put together these amazing things that you're asking him to do. And so if you trust God, then you will believe God. If you trust a chair, you'll sit in the chair. If you trust God, you will listen to what he says and believe. Instead of doubting, instead of working so hard to achieve that dream on your own, you will in faith, you will believe that God is helping you. And that will inspire you. And instead of working so hard to achieve it, you realize that God is working with you, right? And that will inspire you to do inspired work and not work that is based on doubt, right? Thinking that you're the only one that's achieving this, right? When you trust and believe in faith and you realize that God is achieving amazing things for you and with you, it inspires you that he can help you achieve something that you may not have all the answers to. You may not know how to achieve that goal that you ask him. Maybe that goal is way outside of your understanding how to achieve it. And so when you ask God to help you with that, you are asking God for guidance to achieve it. And you're asking God to give you that wisdom. And so that is an amazing, beautiful thing that you can do, and that allows you to build and work together with God. And seeing from the end in mind, that means, let's say your dream is to create an amazing lifestyle that not only would be inspirational but for you, but you could also help a lot of other people and inspire them. That's a great goal. And that goal, you can achieve it with God's help. And you can ask God and believe it and see it in your imagination and act. It says, when you pray, believe you have received it. You know, when Jesus healed Lazarus, he didn't say, God, can you please heal this Lazarus who's dead? He said, thank you, God, that you have heard me. It was already done in Jesus' mind. It was already done. All right? And that's the same thing. When you say to God, help me with this, it's like you have to see it as done. You see it in your imagination as done. You may not see it in reality, but you see it as done. You see the end in mind, and you see it, and you don't let. You have to remember what I said about those plants in your mind, of plants of faith or plants of doubt. You know, you got two people, and you teach them the same skills with the same opportunity, and one's a doubter, and one's a believer. One just sees frustration and is not very confident. The other one sees good, possibility, future, is a visionary, thinks he can do it, has confidence. You teach these two people the same exact skills, you're going to see completely different results. The doubter, the one who is growing the weeds of doubt, right, is not going to achieve much. The one who believes and sees and is a visionary and has confidence, you teach him the same skills, he's going to do amazing things with those skills. That's what I'm talking about, right? When you see the end in mind and you see the goal and you picture it and you know that God is helping you, right? It gives you this amazing confidence, and you see yourself you see that already done, and you act like it's done, and you work in the understanding that God's already finished it for you. You just have to do your part, right? It's like you're living in your future self's shoes. Right? Having faith to put yourself in your future self's shoes, who has created success already. And when you ask God for something, some of you may be wondering, well, does God really want that? Does God really want to do that? I don't know. Like, is that God's will? Well, I would encourage you to, if you believe it is, to act in faith, to see it is done, and God will start to show you what his perfect will is, right? He will show you. He's not going to just, blow you off. He's going to walk you through the best version of that plan. That's what's so amazing, is God has got the perfect plan. He's got it all figured out, and he just needs us to walk the path towards its completion and to have faith that it's already done. God's already done it. So, to God, there is no, God is in the past. He's in the present. He's in the future. He's in all of them. He sees everything. And time is not an issue with God. So to God, he already sees that future already as if it's right here, right now. So you have to remember that, God sees higher than we see. So I want to encourage you with these words. I want to encourage you to dream outside of what you think can be achieved, to reach for higher things in your life. Don't settle. Don't just think, well, I don't know if I can achieve that. And there's an amazing book called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. That book has changed my life. Unbelievable book, and I won't go into a lot of it right now, but one of the things it says is to aim high, to multiply your value 100 times, right? To aim for the moon and, hit the eagle. I'm not against eagles. But you see what I'm saying, right? To aim high. And you know, if you aim too low, you're gonna hit the bush. But if you aim high, you aim for the moon, and you might hit a star, right? Or whatever. You know, you see what I'm saying, right? So I want you to, you know, one of the other things it says is, help me to accomplish that which you made me for. That's what, you know, God, you're saying this to God. God, help me to accomplish what you created me for. All right? Don't settle. Let your dream be something that you see inside your mind, and then you know that God is helping you to do it, whether you not know how to do it or not. One of the biggest things is when you start to imagine that God is helping you to achieve that dream, don't let the how-tos get in the way, because they will get in the way and they'll destroy your dream. They'll eat it up. So you want to just remember that you don't understand the how-tos. You're not sure how to get there, but you know that to God, it's already done. See it from that point. Use your imagination to see it like that, and to act like it is, and to act in the knowledge, and to smile, and to relax. Don't get stressed out. You know, if you know that God's helping you you need a house, you see the house, you see the house already built, right? And you inside your imagination, you live in that house, all right? And as you start to do that, you'll start to figure out what the house looks like, and where the front porch is, and where the bedroom is. And you start to thank God that the house is put together, and you start connecting the dots on that house. And God gives you inspiration to put that house together one step at a time. And he brings amazing things into pass to help you to do that. Friends and family and resources. And you have the belief that God is helping you do this. You're not the doubter. You're the one who believes, who has vision, who walks forward, who walks forward even though he can't see it. And you're the person that achieves it because of that. Despite all the negativity and all the things, all the obstacles in your path, you know that God is there, has already done it. You see what I'm saying? I hope this encourages you. Oh, and by the way, if you'd like to know more about joining our team, learning some marketing skills to help you achieve some amazing dreams, some amazing things. For me, being able to work from anywhere in the world, I needed to learn marketing skills. I've talked about marketing skills. Mostly I talked about mindset today, but the skills are still important too. One of the biggest skills I ever learned was understanding effective communication. Communication is the spark plug that makes the engine turn, so to speak. And if you understand advertising, and you understand how to catch people's attention in a few seconds and have them put their name and email on the line, and you create a big list, but you don't understand communication, you're going to fail with marketing. So communication is so important, and I will show you how to learn the skills of communication. In fact, I'll help teach you all those skills. So feel free to I'm going to put a link in here. Go ahead and put that link in your browser, and then go ahead and check it out. You can join our team. It'll show you how to earn some free money. And I look forward to helping you and working with you personally. All right? Not everyone can do that, but I will work with you personally if you connect with me. You have a wonderful day, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.